In the last segment, we discussed filters and strainers. We saw how they removed solid particles from fluids using surface or depth mediums. And we gave you some general differences between filters and strainers. We also introduced the concept of differential pressure, or DP. And we explained how a DP gauge, or two pressure gauges, can be used to tell us when a filter or strainer needs to be replaced or cleaned. Now, in this segment, we'll see how to clean a duplex strainer. We'll see another way to read DP, and finally, we'll discuss the unit of measurement for particle size. Now, this is a drawing of a typical lever-type strainer. The inlet is here, and the outlet is in a little lower position on the other side. Here's a cross-section view of the same strainer. The plug valve, located here, directs flow to and from the baskets, here and here. With the plug valve in this position, fluid flows through this basket. This basket is on standby. When it's time to clean the strainer, the first step is to shift strainer baskets. First, rotate this lever. It lifts the plug valve off its seat. Then rotate this lever to move the plug valve. The plug valve now directs flow to this basket, while the other basket is put on standby. To reseat the plug valve, move the first lever back to its original position. Then, open the drain and vent the strainer that has been isolated. Once the strainer has been vented, it can be opened and the basket removed for cleaning. Now here's another duplex strainer. It's installed in a pump suction line. It has hand wheels instead of levers, and it has no drain valve. The DP across this strainer can be read from a single vacuum gauge that has two pointers. It's a vacuum gauge because the line where the strainer is located is operating under a negative pressure. The top pointer indicates the strainer outlet pressure, and the bottom pointer indicates the strainer inlet pressure. When DP increases, the pointers spread further apart. The difference between the two pointers is the actual DP. Let's look at this drawing of the strainer to see how it works. The inlet to the strainer is here, and the outlet here. Flow passes through this strainer, while the other strainer is isolated. Rotating this hand wheel causes this inlet valve to close and this one to open. Rotating the other hand wheel causes this outlet valve to close and this one to open. After both hand wheels have been rotated, the strainers are reversed. Now, this strainer is in service. Okay. Now that we're familiar with how the strainer works, let's watch a mechanic shift and clean a strainer basket. He shifts the strainers by turning the hand wheels. If the hand wheels are hard to turn, as these are, first rotate one and then the other until they've both been rotated as far as they'll go. If the hand wheels are easy to turn, they should both be turned together. Once the strainers have been shifted, the next step is to vent the strainer that's going to be cleaned. But first, one of the strong backs holding the strainer cover in place is removed. Now this makes it a lot easier to reach the vent valve. Once the strong back is lifted out of the way, the vent can be opened, allowing the vacuum inside the strainer to be broken. Then the second strong back can be removed and the strainer cover lifted. Now the basket can be removed and inspected. This one has some debris in it that must be cleaned out. If there is a cleaning station available, use it to clean the basket. You can then replace the basket, close the vent cover, and secure the strong backs. Now, crack the hand wheels enough to direct some flow through the strainer that's just been cleaned. This will get rid of any trapped air. Keep your eye on the pump suction pressure. It should remain steady. Then return the hand wheels to their original position.